I'm a spirit channeler and oracle card reader who channels both light and shadow energies in my readings, which means if you're easily triggered, please find yourself another reader. Hey everyone, welcome back. So today's reading will be on the topic of your life purpose and career. This topic won by a margin in the poll, so this is the topic that I'm doing. Keep in mind that this is a general reading and I'm only doing 4 pals, and there are a variety of different life purposes and career purposes that people can have. So if you're staring at the decks and you find that none of them are standing out to you, then that simply means that your reading is not here in this reading. So don't try to force it. So you have 4 pals to choose from, 4 different decks from left to right: deck 1, deck 2, deck 3, and deck 4. Pause the video if you need some more time to choose your deck, and I will see you in your timestamp. Hello, Pal 1. Welcome to your reading. So this has to be probably the easiest pile reading I've ever done in all of my pick-a cards, I think. At least it's definitely among the easiest. So you guys are all supposed to be authors. Writers, authors, and also for some of you guys, public speakers on top of that. You're supposed to speak, maybe have a YouTube channel, do events where you speak to people about a certain topic, and you also write books about it, or you compile your speeches into a book. You might make audiobooks or anything along those lines. Now, what kind of a writer, what kind of an author is going to vary, but what I can tell you for all of you guys is that it has something to do along the lines of a controversial topic. So if you're a fiction writer or a poet, you're going to be talking about things underneath the surface in using symbolism that pokes or opens up wounds and controversy, that things that people don't really want to look at, things that people want to sweep under the rug and they don't want to pay attention to. You're going to be using symbolisms and, these types of words, special words, and the way you put your sentences together, that you're going to be talking about one thing, but in another way, you're talking about another thing. An example that just popped into my head, even though I haven't read it, is Animal Farm. That book by, I can't remember his name. I didn't read that one, but it's about a farm of animals, but it's actually about political leaders. I know that much. So that's kind of the thing that you're going to be doing. You may very well end up pissing a lot of people off with this 9 of Wands card here. But you're going to have bigger ideas. Like, I literally see you taking something away from people that they like to sweep under the rug and shoving it back into their face and saying, here it is, in a very eloquently written way. Pay freaking attention. So you guys could also be a spoken word poet as well, but you would also compile your spoken word performances into books. So that is your reading. Your life purpose is to share information. A lot of you guys may also be channels as well. And once you start writing things down, you're going to be channeling a lot of different story ideas or a lot of different book ideas or speech ideas. You're never going to run out of ideas. So don't think that, even if when you start, you're thinking, oh, I only have these 5 ideas. Trust me, by the time you write down one of them, you're going to get another 5. You won't be able to write or speak fast enough to convey all of the information that you're channeling. So you guys would be automatic writers if you do have channeling abilities. That's the type of channeling ability that you would have. You may also have clairaudience. So yeah, those are your messages. I hope that helped you. Hope it resonated. Let me know if it did, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, Pal 2. Welcome to your reading. Okay, so it's funny because We went from pile one, which I told them they were like among the easiest piles I've ever gotten in any pick a card. And then we went directly into pile two, which happens to be probably one of the hardest piles in all of my pick a cards to tune into. You guys are supposed to be, your life purpose has to do with protecting children. Um, Now, for most of you guys, I'm picking up your own children, your own child or children. You're going to be a single parent, most of you guys. If you're not a single parent, the other parent is negligent, neglectful, or abusive, or is only kind of like a part-time there, part-time not there type of thing. Or someone who only calls on birthdays, or like maybe takes them for 2 weeks and during summer vacation and like that's it type of thing. So whoever you end up having a kid with, I don't see marriage and equal co-parenting. And if there is marriage, like I said, the other parent is abusive or neglectful. So for the rest of you guys, if this is not your own child, you're supposed to be a social worker. Most definitely. Or you could be a family lawyer or a family judge. You are very specifically working with children who come from combative homes where there's a lot of neglect and abuse, a lot of alcoholism I'm seeing, and issues, and okay, I'm not going to say that, but yeah, a lot of problems. You guys may end up working in group homes or shelters. So you're either going to be mostly a stay-at-home mom because you're going to be the guard, the barrier between your child and the other parent's abuse. You're going to be the only saving grace that will allow your child to grow up and be semi-sane and functional. It would only be because of you. You're here to be that barrier. So it's rough. It's a rough life purpose, I know, but because of you, this child or these children are going to have a chance at life. They're going to have a chance at a functional life when they grow up. They're also going to have a chance at a relatively stable and normal, decent childhood. Only because of you. So again, this could be in the professional field or it could be your own child or children. So keep in mind, if you end up getting pregnant or you're a guy and your girlfriend ends up getting pregnant, keep in mind that I see you being a single parent or a type of barrier. Okay? The rest of you guys, like I said, social worker, family lawyer, or family judge. Or it could be police officer potentially, but it would be a police officer who's stationed in a particular spot, you would have to be stationed somewhere around children who come from troubled backgrounds. Yeah, group homes, shelters, foster. You may even end up fostering kids or adopting. You may adopt if you can't have children. But I'm seeing more fostering, not adopting, because usually, adopting slightly older children, not babies. It could be, you could adopt a baby, but the baby would come from like maybe a drug addicted mother or something like that. Okay, so those are your messages. I hope that helped you. Hope it resonated. Let me know if it did, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, Pal 3. Welcome to your reading. Okay, so this reading is very cool and interesting. So, your life purpose is liberation and enlightenment. So, you guys are a wandering spirit, a wandering entity from another star system. You're not originally from Earth. Um, but you have an issue where you tend to put other entities and other beings above you as being more powerful. It might be in a specific area, it might be in general. You may have even incarnated in this lifetime into a family, a religious family. And you had to break out of that conditioning to believe that there's a God who's going to save you. You're not as powerful as this God. You can never be as powerful as this God, and all that kind of, etc. And so on and so forth, because you are a God. And it's like you forgot that you are. Somehow, in all of your wanderings around the universe, the galaxies, the star systems, you ended up forgetting how powerful you are. Now, I really am trying to hold back from going deep into a reading like this, and straying off course and figuring out like how this happened, why this happened, and why you here and all that kind of stuff. But I was being a little cheeky, and I did cast again for one more card I asked the question, how did this even happen? Like how, because you're so wandering, you're coming off like an old soul. But then simultaneously we have two child cards here, and because you're forgetting that you're God, and you're putting like a God, or you need a parent above you. That's very childlike. So how did that happen? And I got the Two of Wands. Underneath the deck I do have the Lovers in reverse. You guys, and this is, here you have the Emperor and the Empress right next to each other. Listen, at some point, don't ask me how, I'm not going to look into it, your soul split into two, masculine and feminine side. So you had a lot of incarnations as whatever gender you currently are. You had a lot of incarnations as that gender because your soul is missing half of it. And I know everyone technically everyone's soul split, and that's why people have twin flames and all that kind of stuff. I know, but there's something a little bit more profound about your split that caused you to feel like you need a parent or someone above you to help you with things or something like that. It leaves you, or left you, kind of in this childlike situation, especially if you're a female watching this, because it's like you're missing the masculine side of you. So whatever gender you are, you're missing the other gender, both energetically and like in the case of a physical person. So before you can ever find your twin flame, you need to reintegrate that other half of yourself, the other gender, into yourself. Because this is what's causing you problems. Any problems that you're having in your life can all be stemmed back to the missing half, the missing yin or the missing yang, depending on your current gender. If you're a woman, it's the missing yang. If you're a man, it's the missing yin. So you may find that if you're missing the yang, you may find that the universe appears to be not fair to you. You're not getting the things you want. You can't manifest. Everyone else gets everything, but you don't get anything that you want. You get the bare minimum. And to get the bare minimum, or get slightly above the bare minimum, you have to scrape to get by. You have to just have to extend yourself. Whereas other people seem to have much better luck or have much better preference from God or from the universe and that sort of stuff. You may have even grown up in a household where it seemed like your parents preferred your other siblings, their other children, over you. Maybe even preferred your school friends when you brought them home. It was one of those, oh, look at your school friend, like look at her, look at him. He's so neat, look at his bag, the way, how come your bag is so dirty and his is so clean? Or how come this and that and that and this? Like, So, um, oh yeah, and also if you are a male and you're missing the yin, if you're a male and you're missing the yin, you may find similarly that you're missing out on stuff, that you were having a problem holding on to things. Okay, I just got it. You're having a problem holding on to things. So whereas the previous people, the women, you were having problems getting things. The men in this group are having problems holding on to the things that they get. So they may find that they're bouncing around from job to job, or every time they save up to a certain amount of money, they end up losing it, or they end up dropping back down. They have to start back over again, and then they reach that plateau again, and then they end up losing it again, or going back down, or having a setback of some manner. They may find that they're bouncing around from relationship to relationship, where just when you think that this person's finally the one, boom, bam, you guys break up. So, there's always like a kind of calamity where you get things, but you can't hold on to them. So that is stemming from the missing yin for you guys who are males here. So, also, let me just be cheeky and see if your twin flame is incarnated. Let's see. So twin flame incarnated. I know this is a general reading, but yeah, they are. We have the Fool card. They're they're like mirroring you. It's like they're mirroring you, but in the opposite way. It's like, you see what I said? You see what I said? I just said when I gave you the examples about if you're female, then you're experiencing this. If you're male, you're experiencing that. If you're a female, obviously you're experiencing what I said, and then your male counterpart is experiencing what I said for the male, and vice versa. One of you guys, okay, most likely the male, the twin flame who's a male in this lifetime, is coming out here as the King of Pentacles. He has money. The female's coming out as a Page of Pentacles. She doesn't have a lot. Now, even though the male here is coming out as the King of Pentacles, meaning he has a lot of money, underneath the deck, I do have the Five of Pentacles. There's something about him having a bunch of setbacks. And these setbacks are not going to end until he integrates the yin part of his energy, and then the two of you guys are going to come together, and then it's going to completely stop for both of you guys. The issues are going to completely stop. I mean, within reason, right? We're still on Earth, but these types of missing yin, missing yang energies, not having luck and things not going your way, not getting anything versus getting a bunch of things but always having setbacks, though that is what's going to end. So yeah, your life purpose in this lifetime is enlightenment, and to reintegrate the yin if you're a yang, or the yang if you're a yin, and most likely also to get into a twin flame connection, which will probably happen when you're a little bit older. So I don't see any of you guys finding your twin flame before the age of 35 or 30 at the minimum. Now in terms of career, see quickly if I'm seeing anything. This reading is getting really long. So this is a post edit. I'm coming in here to let you guys know ahead of time that you actually don't have a career life purpose, so to speak. Your regular life purpose is so large that you don't actually have a career specifically. So you may actually find that you find it difficult to find a career that you resonate with, and that is exactly why. Now, for the small percentage of you guys who find that, oh, I've already found my career, then congratulations. The rest of this reading is not really for you. But for the remainder of this reading, I mainly just throw down some cards, and I'm trying to see any career popping out, and I'm not seeing much. And now during post edit, I pulled some more cards from another deck. And what I'm seeing here is that you guys are manifesting in this lifetime your reservations, your fears, and anything that you're pessimistic about significantly more intensely and faster than anything that you want and desire. And as a result, you get a lot of blocks in many areas of your life, and especially when it comes to careers. So you may end up resonating with getting jobs that you don't actually want, and that is why. So I'm not seeing, once again, a career life purpose for you guys. Career, am I seeing anything? Your career is not exactly going to take off until you reintegrate that part. So it's a bit difficult to see what it could be now. Some of you guys are supposed to be writers, definitely. Some of you guys may actually do well working in a library or working in a bookstore or owning one. Some of you guys may do well working in a publishing company. You guys will all do well working as much by yourself as physically possible. A lot of you guys will also do well living by the beach, living by a body of water. Or having a second, a small cottage near a body of water where you can frequently go to. See anything for career? Yeah, your career it's a lot. Yeah, you gotta first focus on what I said. And once you focus on what I said, then we can have a discussion later on about what your career actually is. You can do anything once you reintegrate the missing half of you. Then you can do anything, and then you're going to know intuitively what it is. But I'm picking up a lot of, I pulled another swords card. If you felt drawn to one more pile, there's one pile where it's a lot of writing, and if you felt drawn to that pile, then that's confirmation. But you definitely, you should be working as much by yourself as you possibly can. Again, with books, something to do with books, something to do with living near water, near nature, being in nature. You could end up being an artist, a sculptor, a painter. You could end up working in fashion. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there. Those are your messages. I hope that helped you. Hope it resonated. Let me know if it did, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. So the first 2 groups, I was able to see career and life purpose simultaneously. And now it appears the last 2 groups, I'm seeing life purpose only. And then I'm going to have to cast afterwards for some hints about career. So your life purpose, it's interesting. It's about graduating from the bachelorette lifestyle into a family man or family woman lifestyle. It's the very typical playboy, playgirl, or the girl who, plays around with guys, uses them, or has a bunch at the same time, and then finally ends up finding the one, falls in love, has some children, even though she said, marriage is not in the cards for me, I'm not going to get married, blah blah blah, and I don't want kids, and that, all that kind of stuff. Similarly for the guy, he's like, how can you choose just one? Like, there's so many girls, like, I don't want to settle down, that's not for me, blah blah blah, and then they end up finding the one and settling down. This is your story. So it's this kind of graduation, like it's this kind of growing up. I do feel like you probably had past lives where you were able to indulge a lot, and you kind of brought it forth into the first part of your lifetime, in this lifetime, the first part of it. But you didn't really experience a proper marriage, at least in your most previous lifetime. That doesn't mean you weren't married. You probably were, depending on what time period you're in and what country, etc. But it was more of a marriage for convenience and a marriage in terms of status and paper only, and not so much in terms of duty, regardless of whether you were a female or a male, especially if you're a male in the past life. So in this lifetime, you're most definitely supposed to get married. You do have a soulmate, and you're going to find this person in this lifetime, but you have to be ready to meet them. So this part of the reading is reminding me a bit of the last one, where you have to heal yourself, heal this part of your life where you're getting over this kind of bachelor, playgirl, playboy mentality and lifestyle. You have to get through this gradually. There's no rush. Don't let anyone rush you or bully you out of this stage. Forever long as it takes is the length of time is going to take for you to find your soulmate. Keep in mind, if you really diddle-daddle in this energy for a length of time, that you're going to prolong the time that you can find your soulmate. But you have to actually decide for yourself, hence this Two of Swords card here. You have to make the decision for yourself that you want this person when they show up, and you only want this person, and you want to start a life with this person, you want to be with this person forever, and you want to make this person happy, and then that this person makes you happy. You have to make a genuine decision. Otherwise, any other relationship that you're in is just going to fall apart. So there is a soulmate there for you. So yeah, your life purpose is to experience a real marriage, a real love-based marriage in this lifetime. Let's see if we can see something for career. So pile 4, this is a post-reading edit here, insert. And I'm coming in to clarify the remainder of your reading. So the remainder of your reading, similar to pile 3, I was trying to find a career. And your career, just like pile 3, was hiding because your life purpose was far more relevant and far more significant. So that still holds true for you guys. Your life purpose is far more significant than your career life purpose. So it doesn't translate very well. But I do want to just clarify that what I'm seeing for you guys are athletes, musicians, charity organization runners, astronomers, and family men and family women. So on to the rest of your reading. Career, and I get a partnership card. Some of you guys in this group may be in same-sex couples. You may end up starting a business with your romantic partner. Your career is not going to take off until you reach this stage. There's like a transition period right here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a transition period right there. And until you reach that stage, you see with these two cards here, I don't see your career taking off. I do see some kind of business with your romantic partner though. So similar to the last pile, I'm going to need you guys to first get to this stage and then come back. And then we can have a true discussion on your career, because it's hiding a bit, just like the last pile, until you get there. But it does involve, just like the last pile, it does also involve your romantic partner. The last pile wasn't necessarily working with their romantic partner, but their career wasn't going to stabilize itself until they got through that hurdle like you guys had. And then when they finally got with their romantic partner, their career is going to stable out. Similarly with you guys, I do see a stabling out of your career. Once again, working with your romantic partner. Look at this. Come on. There you are, and there he is, or there you are, and there she is. I mean, come on. So, what this business is, let me see if I can see what this business is. You guys may both be athletes, and chances are, yeah, if you're an athlete, chances are your soulmate is going to be an athlete as well. So you may not directly be working with them, but you guys may be training together. Or you can end up working with them on the same team, especially if you're a same-sex couple. You guys are going to be helping each other. Definitely be helping each other. What else? Career. I'm getting a lot of love. Career. My gosh. Love and beggar. Guys, your career is hiding. It's because it's tied to your romantic partner. This is why. Your soulmate. It's tied to your soulmate. It's more strongly tied to your soulmate than the last group. The last group was able to do things on their own for the most part before meeting their soulmate. Granted, it was unstable and there were a lot of issues, but with you guys, it's like directly tied. So whatever you're doing now, unless you're an athlete and you have like a very proper career. When I say proper career, I mean a career that you committed to for the rest of your life, a career that you actually enjoy. Unless that's the case, you're not going to be doing that same job when you meet your romantic partner. It's directly tied to them, and because it's directly tied to them, you have to get to this spot right here before it opens up so I can see more details on what it is. But look, we have the lover and the beggar. I mean, you got to be with this person for your true career to really take off. Okay, so those are your messages. I hope that helped you. I hope it resonated. Let me know if it did, and I will see you in my next reading.